we were just talking about, okay, so basic page replacement algorithm. Okay, so how page replacement algorithm is to be used. Okay, so previous class we just seen one diagram to show that why page replacement is required. Okay, so in the previous class we have seen that, okay, so how the memo pages of this user 1 and user 2 is allocated into your physical memory. Okay, so now here, what is the need of your page replacement? Why do you have to require a replace a particular page? Okay, so now this instruction, just see here, load m. Okay, so load m, so that means this is an instruction in the this particular page, so page 1 of user 1. Okay, now m may be your data, okay, variable, so which is there in your hard disk. Okay, now when we require this data variable, so this particular page is right now there in your hard disk. Okay, now when we see the physical memory, the entire physical memory is occupied by the pages of user 1, user 2 and monitor, so this is belonging to some other process. Okay, now there is no space here, okay, in the physical memory where we can get this m and fit into here. Okay, so now this situation, okay, leads to, okay, a page replacement criteria. So that means you have to, when there is no free frame available in the physical memory, you need to choose a one from the physical memory. Okay, so replace some other page with this particular new page. So this is a situation which leads to a page replacement. Okay, so what do we see in the basic page replacement? Okay, so find the location of the desired page on the disk. Okay, now whenever page fault occurs, okay, so you require a page, so that page is not there, so you have to find a required page that is there on the disk. Okay, now find a free frame where you have to get that desired page. Okay, if there is a free frame, use it. If there is no free frame, use a page replacement algorithm to select a victim page. Okay, now you have to use a page replacement algorithm that will choose which one have to become a victim page. Okay, now write victim frame, okay, victim page, whatever you have selected, that back to the, if it is dirty, if it is modified, okay, then only you write back that to the hard disk, otherwise it is not required. You can overwrite the new page into the victim page space. Okay, so that's the advantage of having the dirty bit. Okay, dirty bit, if it is modified, only then you can transfer the copy of page, victim page, from the physical memory to the backing store. Otherwise, okay, it was not modified, so you one transfer swap out process, okay, can be saved, okay, by overwriting it. Okay, next, bring the desired page. So you have selected you have found a free frame. Okay, so after finding it, so you bring the desired page in the newly free frame. So after that, update the page and frame table. So page table will be, okay, here there was an invalid bit, you are changing that to a valid bit because that page was brought right now. Okay, so page tables are belonging, okay, giving you the details of the frames of that particular user's pages. Okay, now frame table is actually giving you the details of the free frame, so this will be with the operating system. Okay, for every process you have a page table, okay, but a frame table will be common, so that will be the with the operating system, where it is giving the details of which frames are occupied by which process. So it will have the list of the allocated frames and the free frames, okay, with the operating system. Okay, next, continue the process to restart the instruction that caused the trap. Okay, so you have to start the instruction that caused the trap. Okay, now whenever you have a page fault, so potentially the 2 page transfers for page fault, okay, it increases the effective access time. That is especially when your page, victim page, was a having its dirty bit set. Okay, so that time you are actually having a 2 page fault. Okay, so now here, so this is a page fault replacement. Okay, you can see that. Okay, now this is referring, okay, first time, so when there was a page fault, so you have to swap out a victim page. Okay, so swap out victim page to the backing store. Okay, then when you swap out the victim page, now remember one thing, the victim page can be selected from the frames allocated to the same process, okay, or the victim page can be selected from the frames allocated to the other process. Okay, so in this case the victim page is being selected from the frame allocated to the same process. So that is why both updations are seen in the page table of the same process. Okay, so both the versions are available. So victim page can be belonging to the same process, okay, or victim page can be belonging to the other process. So here we swap out, okay, and then you are changing it. So this is a victim page, so this victim page you are changing this bit, okay. So from okay, you may be selecting a particular victim page, so that particular page no more remains. So that particular page you can change that bit to your valid to invalid. So change to invalid. Okay, now you are getting the swap desired page here. Okay, so now that change that particular page which you have brought in, so that frame number you enter it here. Okay, now you are giving that as a, it was invalid, you have changed that to valid. So now this is 0, just to say that, okay, this is no more available. So this is not not indicating any information right now, because this is a invalid reference. Okay, so now like this, okay, page replacement will be taking place. Okay, now we have two kinds of things. So one is your frame allocation algorithm, another is a frame page replacement algorithm. So frame allocation algorithm determines how many frames to be given to each process. Okay, if there are 4 processes, okay, how the frames have to be allocated to process. So all the 4 processes has to be there in physical memory. Okay, how do you allocate the frames to the process? So which frames to replace? Okay, so whenever you have a chance for replacement of a frame, whether the frames have to be replaced from the frames belonging to the same process, or the frames have belonging to the other process. So this will be decided by the frame allocation algorithm. Okay, and then page replacement algorithm will replace a page. So this will see to that. So if it is going to replace a particular page, a victim page, so always it should have the lowest page fault rate on both first axis and re-axis. Okay, now how do we check the evaluation? How do we check that which algorithm is better? Okay, so evaluate algorithm, here you are running a particular string of memory references, okay, and then compute how many page faults you have got. Okay, the algorithm whichever is giving the lesser number of page faults will be the good algorithm. Okay, now string, here we are referring to that as a page numbers, it is not referring to the memory addresses. Okay, so repeated access to the same page does not cause a page fault. Okay, now results depend on the number of frame available. So first reference may be a page fault, so repeatedly if you are accessing a same page, it does not be a page fault. Okay, so now we are taking this particular reference string in all our examples and checking out, okay, what are the page faults what we are going to have. Okay, now here you can see a graph. Okay, the number of page faults are more when we are having lesser number of frames. Okay, so as your number of frames are increasing, your page fault rate is also going down. Okay, but after some time it remains constant. Okay, so this is a graph which is showing. Okay, now let us see, okay, what is your first page replacement algorithm, first in first out algorithm. So first in first out algorithm says that, okay, suppose if you have to select a victim page, okay, the page which has first come in the memory will be the first one to be going out. So that is called as a first in first out algorithm. So we have a reference string like this. Okay, so we are having 3 frames. Okay, so now let me show you how we are going to get the page faults. Okay, now here we have a we are starting with pure demand paging, so we are referring to a page 7. So page 7 is not there in the memory. Okay, so now starting you can imagine like this. Okay, so we are going to have a memory. Okay, just for example think that, okay, we are having only 3 frames. Okay, now starting this entire physical memory is empty. Okay, so first reference to that will be a page fault. Okay, now you are having a page fault service routine, so which is getting that page number 7 into your memory. Okay, all memory is free, so you are getting that into a free frame here. Okay, now page number 0. Okay, so this is also not there in memory, so it is a page fault, so you are getting that from the backing store. Okay, so you are getting that and fitting it here. Okay, now page 1. Okay, so page 1 is also page fault because that page is not existing in the memory. Okay, so it is also a page fault. Okay, next page 2. Okay, so page 2 is not available here, so that is also a page fault. Okay, now when we have to bring that page 2 here, okay, so this is 3 frames are occupied by page number 7, 0 and 1. Okay, now what we have to do, okay, now we have to select a victim page, so which will become a victim page according to the FIFO criteria. Okay, the page which has come first in the memory will be the one so to be become a victim. Okay, so when you see 7, 0 and 1, so which has earlier come, so it is 7 which has come, so you are replacing 7 by 2. Okay, now for 0 there is no page fault because 0 is already there in the memory. Okay, now for page 3, okay, there is a page fault. Okay, so why there is a page fault? Because it is not there in the memory. Okay, now we have to replace a page. Okay, so among 2, 0 and 1, okay, so which came, 2 has just now come. Okay, so among 0 and 1, so it is a 0 which has come first, so you are going to replace this page 0 by 3. Okay, now for again we are referring for page 0, it is again a page fault. Okay, now 0 is not there in the memory, so it is a page fault. Okay, so among 2, among 3 has just now come in, so among 2, 3 and 1, it is 1 which has come first, so you are replacing 1 by 0. Okay, again for 4 there is a page fault. Okay, now when there is, because it is a page fault because 4 is not there here. Okay, now among 2, 3 and 0, okay, so it is 2 which has come earlier. Okay, so 2 will be replaced by 4. Okay, so now we have 430 in memory. Now we are referring to 2. 2 is a page fault because 2 is not there in the memory among 4, 3 and 0. Okay, so which has come first in the memory? It is 3. Okay, so replace 3 by 2, so we have 4, 2 and 0. Okay, now we are referring for 3, again it is a page fault. Okay, so among 4, 2 and 0, so which has come first in the memory is 0, so we are replacing 0 by 3. Okay, so we have now in memory 4, 2 and 3. Okay, now again we are referring to 0, so it's again a page fault. So among 4, 2 and 3, okay, so it is a 4 which has come earlier, so you are going to replace 4 by 0. Okay, so now 3 there is no page fault, 2 there is no page fault because it is there in the memory, so for 1 you get a page fault because 1 is not existing in the memory. Okay, now among 0, 2 and 1, 3, so which has come first in the memory is 2. Okay, so you are replacing 2 by 1. Okay, so now we have 0, 1 and 3 in the memory. Okay, so now 2 again you get a page fault because it is not there in the memory, so among 0, 1 and 3, okay, so you have to replace 3 because this is the first which has come in the memory compared to these 3. Okay, now you have replaced 3 by 2. Okay, now for 0 there is no page fault, for 1 there is no page fault. Okay, because it is already there in the memory. For 7 you get a page fault because it is not there here. Okay, among 0, 1 and 2, so it is 0 which has come earlier, so you replace 0, page 0 by page 7, so we have 7, 1 and 2 in the memory. For 0 again you get a page fault. Okay, because 0 is not existing here. Okay, so among 7, 1 and 2, so it is a 1 which has come first in the memory, so you are going to replace 1 by 0. Okay, so now again for 1 there is a page fault. Okay, because it is not there here. Okay, so among 7, 0 and 2, okay, so 0 has just now come. Okay, among 7, 0 and 2, so it is a 2 which has come earlier, so you're going to replace 2 by 1. Okay, so now there is no further more reference string, so if I count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, so we have got 15 page faults. Okay, so 15 page faults we are going to have. So you solve this. Okay, so same FIFO problem using this particular reference string. Okay, so now in this algorithm, so if I am adding more number of frames, so here we had 3 frames. Okay, if you're having 4 frames, check out how many page faults you get. Okay, so in this algorithm, for sum of a reference string, so if you might think that if you add more number of frames, so page faults may be reduced. Okay, so by in this particular algorithm, in FIFO algorithm, okay, so sometimes it may happen that adding more number of page frames will lead to more page fault, so that is called as a Belady's anomaly. Okay, so I'm giving you, okay, so you work out with the problem. So for 4 frames, take this same reference string, instead of 3 frames you solve for 4 frames and find out how many page faults you get. Okay, and for the same for this particular reference string, okay, so using 4 frames and 3 frames you find out how many page faults you get. So this is an exercise for you, so you practice this so that you understand things, right? Okay, so next we will be, see here, okay, so this is a Belady's anomaly. So here if I'm going to increase the number of frames, you are going to, it may lead to the number of page faults may be sometimes increased, okay, but not for all the reference string. Okay, so next we will be dealing with the optimal algorithm. So optimal algorithm is saying that, okay, so it will give you the best performance with minimum page fault. Okay, so you will say that replace, the criteria of optimal algorithm is replace a page that will not be used for the longest period of time. So that means it is asking us to replace a page that will not be used for the longest duration of time. Okay, so that means we are guessing the future. Future is not used for the longest duration of your time. So this algorithm will give you the minimum number of page faults. So theoretically it's very good algorithm which is giving you the minimum number of page faults. So but the thing is, okay, so you need to guess the future. Okay, so if you know how the references are going to occur, then if you can judge the future, this algorithm is very good. But practically this is a little bit difficult to judge what is your future. Okay, but let me show you, okay, for the same reference string, okay, how we are going to get the page fault. Okay, so again we are beginning with the same 3 frames, okay, in the memory. So we have 3 frames, so frame 1, 2 and 3. So with pure demand paging, so there is no page in the memory. Okay, so first reference to that as a page fault. Okay, again second reference to that as a page fault. Okay, again because 0 is not there in memory, so it is a page fault. So again you are referring 1, so 1 is not there in the memory, it is a page fault. So you are bringing that 1 from the hard disk to the main memory. So you have 7, 0 and 1. Okay, so now, so we have 2, so it is 2 is not there in the memory, so it is a page fault. So now which one is to be selected as a victim page to replace? Okay, so what is the optimal algorithm saying? Replace a page that will not be used for the longest period of time. Okay, so that means you check the future which will not be used for the longest duration of time. Okay, so keep your eye like this. Okay, so now among 7, 0 and 1, okay, so which is not used in the longest duration of time? 0 is used. Okay, so you can check for next numbers. 1 is used and 7 is last used. Okay, so 0 is used. Okay, so 1 is used, 7 is last used. Okay, so that means which is 7 among 7, 0 and 1, so it is the 7 which will not be used for the longest duration of time. Okay, so we are going to replace this with 7. I mean we are going to replace 2 with, okay, 7. So we are replacing this with here. So we have 2, 0 and 1. Okay, for 0 there is no page fault. For 3 there is a page fault here. Okay, now among 2, 0 and 1. Okay, so among 2, 0 and 1. Okay, so which is not be used for the longest duration of time? Okay, 0 is used here. Okay, and we are going to see, okay, 0 is used, right? So we are going to have 2 here. Okay, 0 is used, we are having 2 and 1 is used here. So that means 1 will be not used for the longest duration of time between 2, 0 and 1. So we are going to replace 1 with 3. Okay, so for 0 there is no page fault. Okay, so now for 4 there is a page fault. Okay, for 4 there is a page fault. Okay, now among 2, 0 and 3. Okay, so which page will not be used for the longest duration of time? Okay, so 2 is used, okay, so 3 is used, then 0 will be used. Among these three numbers, which is coming last? It's 0, so replace this. So you have 4, so we have 2, 4 and 3. Okay, so we have 2, 4 and 3. Okay, now we are referring to 2, no page faults. We are referring to 3, there is no page fault. Okay, so we are referring to 0, there is a page fault again. Okay, now among 2, 4 and 3, which will not be used for the longest duration of time? So 3 is used, 2 is used. Okay, so there is no reference for 4 again, so you are replacing 4 by 0. Okay, so now again for 3 there is no page fault, for 2 there is no page fault because it is existing here, for 1 there is a page fault. Okay, now among 2, 0 and 3, which will not be used for the longest duration of time? So 2 is used, 0 is used, 3 is not at all used. Okay, so we can replace 3 by 1. Okay, now for 2 there is no page fault, for 0 there is no page fault. Okay, so for 1 there is no page fault, for 7 there is a page fault. So now among 2, 0 and 1, which will not be used for the longest duration of time? So it is 2, 0 and 1 is used, 2 is not at all used, so you can replace this by 7. Okay, now you start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 page fault. Okay, so that means we have got minimize the page faults for the same string. Using first in first out, we had got 15. Okay, but using the optimal algorithm, so we have got 9 page fault. Okay, so again I'm giving the same exercise. So using this string and using another string what we have seen in the previous example. So with 3 frames and 4 frames, to calculate the number of page faults using the optimal algorithm, right? Now next algorithm is least recently used. Okay, so least recently used algorithm. Okay, so this algorithm is saying what is the criteria of this algorithm. Okay, now used past knowledge rather than future, so that is it is working in opposite direction than the optimal algorithm. Okay, so instead of searching the future, we are searching the past. Okay, so replace page that has not been used in the most amount of time. Okay, so replace a page which has not been used in the most amount of time. So future means if we are just replacing, okay, we can't judge the future. Okay, so here we are replacing a page which has not been used for the last amount of time. So we think that if it was not used for the long duration of time, it will not be used even in the future. So thinking that, we are taking this. So here again we are taking this by okay, so here so now we again begin with the same thing. Okay, so we begin with the 3 frames, so empty frames. So with pure demand paging, no page is existing in the memory. Okay, so 7 there is a page fault. Okay, so because it is not there in memory, so we have brought 7. So 0 there is a page fault, so 0 is brought. Okay, and 1 there is a page fault, we have brought that. Okay, again 2 there is a page fault. Okay, now what it is saying, among 7, 0 and 1. Okay, so you are checking out, okay, the page that has not been used in the most amount of time. So that means, so now you are checking in the reverse direction, so you are using a past knowledge. Okay, so among 7, 0 and 1, so recently used was 1, before that we have used 0, before that we have used 7. So least recently used, this is recently used, this is before that, this is least recently used, so we have to replace 7 by 2. Okay, now for 0 there is no page fault, for 3 there is a page fault. Okay, now among 2, 0 and 1, so search in this direction. 0 was least recently used, 2 was recently used, okay, then 1 was least recently used, so replace 1 by 3. Okay, now for 0 there is no page fault. Okay, for 4 there is a page fault. Okay, now you among 2, 0 and 3, so 0 is recently used. Okay, so 3 is recently used, so it is 2 which is least recently used, so replace 2 by 4. Okay, so likewise again for 2 there is a page fault. Okay, among 4, 0 and 3, so which is least recently used is 3, so we have replace 3 by 2. Okay, so again for 3 there is a page fault. Okay, so among 4, 0 and 2, so least recently used is 0. Okay, so you have replaced 0 by 3. Okay, so now again for 0 there is a page fault. Okay, now among 4, 3 and 2, so least recently uses, okay, so recently uses 3, then 2 and 4. Least recently uses 4, so 4 will be replaced by 0. Okay, so 3 there is no page fault, so 2 there is no page fault, for 1 there is a page fault. Okay, so among 0, 3 and 2, okay, so recently used is 2, 3. Okay, so it is 0 which is least recently used. Okay, so you replace 0 by 1. Okay, then 2 there is no page fault. Okay, then 0 there is a page fault again. Okay, so among 1, 3 and 2, which is least recently used is 3. Okay, so you can see 2 is recently used, 1 is used, 3 is least recently used, so replace 3 by 0. Okay, now again, okay, so 1 there is no page fault, so 7 there is a page fault among 1, 0 and 2. Okay, so recently used is 1, before that it is 0, then it is 2, so least recently used is 2, so replace 2 by 7. Okay, so now 0 there is no page fault, 1 there is no page fault. Okay, so now if I start counting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, somewhere we missed out. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have got 12 page faults. So it is better than FIFO, but comparatively it is worse than optimal algorithm. But optimal algorithm, theoretically it is very good, but practically judging a future is not that easily can be done. So generally is good algorithm, and it is frequently used. Okay, so in the next video, okay, we will be seeing how we are going to implement this least recently used algorithm. This is most famous algorithm which will be using it frequently. Okay, because we instead of judging future is difficult, but judging past is easy. Okay, so because already we have a knowledge of it. Okay, so we'll see how we are going to implement this in the next video. Okay, so I'll tell you again using a same reference string, using 4 frames you solve it. Okay, and so you can use this one, so which we have used it for okay, so use this reference string. Okay, so you take this reference string. Okay, so solve it for 3 frames and 4 frames. Okay, so now next algorithm. Okay, so next video will be seeing, okay, how we are going to implement your least recently used algorithm.